So it seems like Warzone put out a secret update and now the entire meta has entirely changed. Like all of my class ups are basically different now, but trust me when I say that it's going to be completely worth it. So this is going to be the top 5 best meta loadouts in Warzone right now and Rebirth Island. You can use these all competitively. So whether you're playing ranked play or regular Rebirth Island, you can pop off. So the first thing we're going to start out with is the Holger 26. This is still the best long range weapon. First, we're putting on the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider for the shorter radar pings, vertical and horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You do lose some aim down sight speed and bullet velocity, but we're going to take care of that, so don't even worry about it. This is the best choice. I went through everything, including the Cass's break, and the Cass's break is only a close second. The only thing is with the Zemin 35, you truly get that zero recoil feel. Next, you're going to put on the Holger factory barrel for the bullet velocity and range, recoil control, and gun kick control. You lose some aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, but it's not a big deal because of the increase. Effective and minimum damage range increased by 20% and bullet velocity by 10%, along with a recoil control increase that definitely helps with controlling the recoil. Next, put on the Bruin heavy support grip. I know that there are other ones that seem like they're more viable, like the Bruin pivot vertical grip. Trust me when I say that's not going to help. This is the best option overall. This helps with gun kick control, aiming out of sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. You lose some aim down sight speed and vertical recoil, but trust me when I say this is the best one. It stabilizes the recoil perfectly, and I can't think of a better option. Next, we're going to put on the 5.56 NATO high grain rounds for bullet velocity and damage range at the cost of recoil control. Now you guys already know that we actually had the factory barrel take care of the recoil control that you're losing right here, but the range increases 15% across the board, including bullet velocity, so this is something you cannot ignore. And finally, we're putting on the Ascent Lord stock for the aiming out of sway, recoil control, gun kick control, and firing aim stability. This increases the recoil gun kick by 17% and horizontal and vertical recoil by 7%. This is not something you can ignore at all. It's absolutely insane. And testing it in the firing range, first game on, haven't touched the controller or anything like that. This has absolutely zero recoil. So I don't have even much like assist with this at all. Like I'm barely holding down my thumbstick and this has zero recoil. So this is the absolute best Holger 26. Please try it out for yourselves. If you're not trying this out, you're going to lose to somebody with this setup, believe me. And next, we're trying out the Superi 46. This is the absolute best Superi ever. I mean, it's so crazy. I picked this up off the ground and I had to make the build myself. I'm also going to make a short on it. This is absolutely insane. Put on the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider for the shorter radar pings, vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and bullet velocity. This is the best muzzle overall. I went through all the other ones. The close second would be the Spiral V 3.5 flash hider if you didn't want to lose any bullet velocity, but I don't think it really matters. It's completely up to you though. Next, I put on the Bore 99 short barrel for the hip fire and tac stand spread, sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed, and movement speed. Now initially I did have the Zulu Ops 3 light barrel, and this was to kind of have it more a strafing build, but believe me when I say the Bore 99 short barrel has completely humbled me. It is absolutely insane how much better it is. Put on the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop for aim walking speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed at the cost of aim walking steadiness and hip fire and tac stand spread. This helped as the ADS moving speed by 7% and the movement speed by 5%. Now the ADS speed goes up by 7% and the sprint to fire speed also 6%. It's an absolute ideal underbarrel. If you don't want this, you can use the DR6 hand stop. It's completely up to you though. I feel like the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop is just a little bit better. 40 round mag because that's as high as you can go. And finally, I put on the Jack Cutthroat for the aim walking speed, aim walking steadiness, and movement speed. This increases the movement speed by 5% and the ADS movement speed by 16%, which is absolutely necessary. I know some people like using the Rescue 9. If you want to use that, completely up to you. You can add a little bit more movement versus the ADS movement speed going up 16%. You would have an amazing 11% increase in movement speed, and also you would get a horizontal and vertical recoil increase by 18%. So I mean, that would be pretty nice, whatever you want to do. In the firing range, you see just how fast you go. It's actually insane. The strafe speed is fantastic, the movement speed is fantastic, the gun has super low recoil. I think it's an absolute perfect combination for this weapon. I am actually even comfortable using this at long range, which is kind of interesting because a lot of SMGs I would not be super comfortable using long range, but this one is the truth. I absolutely love it. Please give this class setup a try. Next is the WSP-9. This is the hardest hitting SMG in the game right now, but it is a little bit slower. If you're somebody that wants one that's a little bit faster, then I have one for you that would be just as nice as this. Put on the Zemin 35 compensated flash hider for the shorter radar pings, vertical and horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and bullet velocity. This is the best choice. Trust me, there's no better alternative. Maybe the Lockshot KT85, but you're gonna have muzzle flash, and I just don't think you want that. Bruin heavy support grip for the gun kick control, aiming out, sway, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability at the cost of aim down sight speed and vertical recoil. recoil, 40 round mag, because this is just the best choice. If you think about it, if you put on 10 extra bullets, you basically get double the penalties, and I just don't think that's worth it for 10 extra bullets. So 40 is just the perfect option. The Marauder grip for gun kick control, firing aim stability, and recoil control at the cost of aiming out of sway. I mean, you honestly don't even notice it on here. It increases the recoil gun kick by 10% and the horizontal and vertical by 7%, which is absolutely ideal. And finally, we put on no stock for sprint to fire speed, movement speed, aim walking speed, and aim down sight speed. This goes up tremendously with mobility and handling, and the accuracy is actually pretty nice. Now, you may see the recoil control increase go up like crazy. This is not something you're going to notice, and I'm going to show you guys in the firing range right now. Now, I will say this is something that you should keep to short to medium range engagements, because that's where it thrives. Long range engagements, I would be a little bit nervous to actually take on. Maybe it's because of my variant, but short to medium range is just absolutely king. So this is something you definitely want to try out right now. Put it in your arsenal. Here's the entire class setup. It's just absolutely beautiful. Next, for everybody that wants the best assault rifle, the SVA 545 is the key. Put on the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor for being undetectable by the radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and range at the cost of aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. The range goes up effective and minimum by 5%, and the bullet velocity by 8%. Also, the recoil control, horizontal and vertical, go up by 7%, which is absolutely amazing. Next, put on the STV Precision Barrel for the aiming out of sway, bullet velocity and range, gun kick control, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip fire and tack stance, aim walking speed, and sprint to fire speed. The range goes up 13% for effective, 12% for minimum, and 15% for bullet velocity. Absolutely amazing. The horizontal and vertical recoil go up by 8%, and the recoil gun kick by 4%. Absolutely ideal. There's no better option. Next, I put on the 545 high grain rounds for the bullet velocity and range. It goes up by 15% across the board, and you also lose the recoil control increase that you just got from the previous attachment, so it basically balances out. 60 round mag, because you want as many bullets as possible. And finally, I put on the Jack Glasses Optic. This is my personal preference. If you guys want something different, be my guest, but I think that this is just a fantastic choice overall. Make sure when using this weapon that you set it to single fire, because that's where this thing thrives, and it basically gives it no recoil, and it's just an absolutely insane weapon. Honestly, this is what most people are using in the competitive setting anyway. Like, if you're not using this, you're most likely getting melted by it or a Holger. So make sure you guys are trying this class setup out. It's such an amazing weapon, and if you're not using it, like I said, you're just missing out. And now the final weapon I want to show you guys is a secretly buffed SMG. This is the best SMG in the game right now. It is the Striker. And I was a little bit shocked when I found this out. A lot of people were telling me that it was really nice, but I wasn't believing them. This is the best SMG in the game. They're on the Zeman 35 compensated flash hider for the shorter radar pings, vertical recoil, horizontal recoil, and firing aim stability. This is the best option. I went through all of them, and this just reacts the best. Put on the Striker Recon Long Barrel for the bullet velocity and range, and aiming out of sway. Increases the effective and minimum damage range by 18% and the bullet velocity by 15%, which is absolutely ideal. Put on the XRK Edge BW4 hand stop for aim walking speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed. This is a fantastic choice. If you want the DR6 hand stop, then be my guest. I just think that this is the much better option. 48 round mag, I just don't think that you need 60. 60 just slows it down way too much, and that's not what we're looking for. Look at the significant difference in regards to mobility and handling. You just want to have 48, and it's a perfect choice. Finally, I put on the RB Critalis Assault stock for the gun kick control, firing aim stability, and aim down sight speed. It helps the aim down sight speed by 5%, the recoil gun kit by 12%. Now, I know you guys see the increase of 3%. It really does not matter. If you guys wanted to focus a little bit more on the recoil, then you could go with the Lockman Recon series stock. But the thing is, the mobility goes down by basically on average 3%. So I think that it's much better to have the RB Critalis Assault stock, but whatever you want, completely up to you. Lockman Recon series stock or RB Critalis stock. And once we get into the firing range, I've showed you guys how easy it is to use this weapon. It really doesn't take much effort to actually use this weapon at all, which is why it's so amazing. I had 10 additional bullets after taking out every target from every single range. So this is something I should definitely consider you guys try out because of how amazing it is. It's basically stronger than the Superior and the WSP-9 at every single range. This is a SMG that has the range of an AR, has fantastic TTK, and really get the job done better than any weapon in the game right now. This is what I'm maining at the moment. So please give it a try.